Hey guys, it's Bethany, your crafty BFF, and today I'm on with a very simple tutorial, if you can even call it a tutorial. It's more just my process and how I make a sleeve out of cardstock for these Hobby Lobby embellishment boxes. If you're not aware, you can get these embellishment boxes at Hobby Lobby in a 3-pack for, I believe, $3.49. And my friend Anne, hi Anne, if you're watching, reached out to me. It's been at least a couple weeks ago now, and asked me to show how I make a sleeve for this. And it's not that I forgot, it's just that I've been so busy I haven't had a chance to record this. So, without further ado, um, we're going to do a very simple sleeve for this specific embellishment box. And really, this technique will work with any embellishment box that you have. So, this one here from Hobby Lobby measures 6 3/4 long, and it is about 4 inches tall. It is like 3/4 of an inch wide there, and it has the snap closure, opens up, and there are 15 compartments, so 3 rows, or 5 columns, 3 rows, if that's how you want to look at it. So there is the box, and let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, I like to measure it this way specifically, and it is 6 3/4. And what I'm going to do is subtract an inch off of this so that there's about a half an inch on both sides hanging out, and then it'll be like easier to pull in and out of the sleeve. So today I am, oh, there's my cord in the way. We're going to cut this. This is just an 8.5 by 11 piece of 65-pound cardstock, and this is what I'm going to use to demonstrate. So like I said, we measured it at 6 3/4. I'm going to take an inch off of that measurement, so it'll be 5 3/4. And I'm just going to cut that down. Like I said, this is very simple. There is no scoring involved or anything like that. I just find this much easier than trying to find the score marks and all that jazz. So like I said, I want about a half an inch on each side of the paper hanging out. So I'm going to line it up there. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to flip it over. And then I am going to place this kind of in the middle of my 5 3/4 by 11-inch piece of cardstock, like so. And then I'm just going to pull this down on top of it and kind of crease it just with my fingers there. And then while holding it, I'm going to bring this bottom piece up and fold it over, making sure it's as lined up as I can get it with that top piece. And then just crease here on this side, okay? Now, you don't want it super snug. You don't want it super duper snug, because then it'll be hard to get out. So, but you don't want it to be too loose either. So fine, you kind of just gotta get a feel for it. But this seems pretty good right here. You can see there's just a little bit of space here and a little bit of space here. And then what I'm gonna do is add some double-sided tape to this edge here, and also to this edge here. I can't find my bone folder, so I'm just going to press down with my fingers here and then get my pokey tool and remove this tape. And I'm going to add a little bit of wet glue as well, because if you watched my channel at all, you know I don't trust double-sided tape on its own. So there's that. And then I'm going to remove this piece of double-sided tape down here and then just fold this up. Like I said, once again, lining it up the best you can with that top section. And there you have it. You have a nice little sleeve. You can see just a little bit poking through on both ends. And I recommend sliding it, you know, trying to slide it out, making sure it's not too hard to get out. So there's that. And then I can slide it right back in. Like I said, you do want it to be snug because you don't want it to fall off, but you don't want it to be too tight either, so where the recipient can't get it out without ripping it, right? And of course it's going to give me trouble because I'm recording. But like I said, just get a feel for how loose versus how tight you want it. Oh my gosh, it's not going to go back on. There we go. So you can, oh, and that just ripped. So that means mine just ripped there. So that means that I did make it too tight. So just be cautious and make sure you don't make it too tight. I did it with this plain white piece of 65-pound cardstock, just to demonstrate, but also, you know, if you want to practice before you use your pretty pattern paper to do this, definitely just use some plain cardstock to practice and get a feel for the measure, for how tight versus how loose you want it. So I'm going to try this one more time, because why not? Okay, so I'm going to cut my 8.5 by 11 down to 5 3/4. And let's do this again. This time we're going to make it not so tight. I'm lining it up here in the middle of my paper. It really doesn't matter which side you fold up first, but I do like to do that little crease with my fingers, like that, on both of these edges. But I don't want it super tight, so let me add my double-sided tape again. And a piece up here. Press that down. Use my pokey tool to remove the backing of that tape. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue up here. Okay, so this time we're going to make it not so tight. There's that side. And now I'm pulling it down, and I'm making sure not to pull it super tight. I'm leaving some, give up here so that it's not super tight. And then just press that down, and this one fits a lot better. So it comes out easier and it slides on easier. Of course, these little clips do not make it super easy to slide on and off, but there we have it. There is our little sleeve. Now, what I like to do is do a solid color cardstock, and then I'd like to do a pretty pattern paper on the top of it. I cut this one down to 5 5/8, so it's just 1/8 of an inch smaller than my white cardstock. So you'll have just a little 1/8 of an inch border on both sides. Oops. And what I'm gonna do, my hair, I'm shedding. is go ahead and glue this right on top of the white piece of cardstock. So I'm going to start by adding some glue here. And of course, you don't have to do the plain color cardstock and a pattern paper. You can totally get away with just a pattern paper. However, this is from Rosie Studios, and it's a little thinner than I want. So that's why I'm doing the cardstock and the pattern paper. So there's that. And I'm leaving it on the box so I know approximately where I need it and how tight I need to, how tight or not tight I need to pull it, if that makes sense. So there's that. And now I'm going to add some glue here and some glue here. I'm just going to glue the whole thing. Ooh, I put too much glue down here, but that's okay. It will dry. And then we have this nice little sleeve. So there we have it. That is my little process on how I make a sleeve for these Hobby Lobby embellishment boxes. But like I said, using this technique without the scoring and just, wrapping it around, making sure it's not too loose. It's not going to fall off no matter how much I shake it, but then it's also easy to pull off if you're intentionally pulling it off. So there we go. That is my process. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below and I will get back to you. I'm going to go decorate this. So have a great day and thanks for watching. Bye.